so no, I do this job because I love it so much. I don't know if I'd recommend it. It feels intense.
Like more intense than you thought it might?
Definitely.
Sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Just take
yeah, 1 minute.
Do you want to do a so-called job, where you get used, where your dignity is gone, where your self-worth, your value, slowly but surely disappears? Jesus has a much better plan for your life. And even if it doesn't include what the world calls glamour in the sense of money and fame and these things, you will have such a more fulfilled life than you could ever imagine. Hello there and welcome to my channel. I'm Melody, and on this channel I want to help you to grow in your faith. Today we're covering a topic that I talked about a while back in one of my previous videos. After watching this interview and finding out more, I just felt on my heart that I wanted to touch on the subject again. As a young woman who has gone the direct opposite way of Lily Phillips, I really feel passionate about this, and my heart really goes out to all of these young women that somehow are looking up to her and that somehow think that being an OnlyFans model and doing these kinds of things somehow is empowering. And so I wanted to make this video really for that person. And hopefully, if you are that person, you will watch this video with an open heart. And I pray that you would realize that there is a better path for you. You don't have to go down this road. It might seem like easy money or an easy way to fame, but the cost of that lifestyle is your dignity, your future, your reputation, and even your salvation. And so I really hope this video will help you. And without further ado, we're gonna jump right into it.
It's not for the weak, girls, if I'm honest. It was hard. I don't know if I'd recommend it.
Why not?
I think if you're a different type of girl, it's very like... It's kind of like being a pro in a sense of like, it's just a different feeling. I don't know how to explain it, like...
It's not like just having sex with someone.
Yeah. Just one in, one out. Like, it feels intense.
Like more intense than you thought it might?
Definitely.
Sorry. It's okay. It's okay. Just take
yeah, 1 minute.
Does this look like empowerment to you? No. This is a girl who has just been used 100 times by men. A girl that, yeah, it's in a sense, absolutely, it is her own fault. She put herself in this situation. I think she's blindsided by the like money and fame and with the wrong influence of people around her. And that makes her do these things. Because this is a woman crying afterwards. There's no empowerment here. She's been used, and this breaks my heart. Because once again, absolutely, in a sense, it's her fault. She did this, she went along with this, and from what I've heard, she's still going to try and break the world record and be with 1,000 men in a day. Please pray for her that that will not happen. But you know, I just want to get that point across, that these people doing OnlyFans and this kind of what they call work, it's really not work. They make it seem like it's this glamorous lifestyle and they got all this money. This is a very small glimpse into the reality behind this glamorous lifestyle. And so it's so important for young people, especially women, to see that this is not something I think you would want to do. Do you want to do a so-called job, where you get used, where your dignity is gone, where your self-worth, your value, slowly but surely disappears? Jesus has a much better plan for your life. And even if it doesn't include what the world calls glamour in the sense of money and fame and these things, you will have such a more fulfilled life than you could ever imagine. And so now we're going to listen to Candace Owens, who actually interviewed Lily Phillips. And we're gonna listen to a clip where Lily Phillips tries to deny that she's doing this for money, but it's quite obvious she is.
I've always said this. I did this as a hobby before I did it for work. So I was sleeping around and doing these stuff like that before I actually did OnlyFans. I was a lot more promiscuous off camera before I was on camera. And so no, I do this job because I love it so much. And to me, obviously money in every job is a big thing, but it's not about the money for me. It's about...
You said you did this to give back to your OnlyFans that afforded your lifestyle. You said that, I think.
No, as in they have really helped me. You know,
what you said, you thought my assistant.
I never said about...
And how have they helped her? Financially. And also if we compare the Lily Phillips in the last clip with this girl, this is a facade. This is what she wants people to see. Because if they see the weak side, they will maybe, hopefully, realize that, oh, this is not what I thought it was. This is not so good after all. But this Lily Phillips right here is trying to, be strong and put on a facade and show people that this is so great and I get paid for doing what I love, basically. Which, if you love immorality, if you love to sleep around and do these things, you have to rethink your lifestyle. You have to rethink your morals, your value. And we're gonna take a listen later on in this video as well of what her family thinks about this, her mother, and the part that she actually plays in this.
You said my assistant sat in a room and decided that we should do this as a way to give back to the fans that have supported this, this lifestyle that I have.
Me and my assistant was talking, and I was like, I just looked up the world record because I was like, how cool would this be to do? Because obviously it's something that's kind of obviously never been done before. It'd be really unique content. It would also be giving, back to my supporters and stuff like that who have subscribed and, made my life how it is today.
Yeah, they made her life the way it is today through money. And that's just, I'm trying to imagine that conversation that she had with her sister. Like, oh wow, I want to break her world record. Oh, this has never been done before. I can do this. It's like, of all the millions of things you can do, you choose this. It says something about you. And once again, it proves, it becomes so obvious that it's about money, fame, fortune. But for what? What are you trading? And what are you giving up in order to achieve this goal? Your dignity, your self-worth, your morals, your values, if you ever had any, and it will haunt you for the rest of your life. I'm not gonna share that clip in this video, but I can link to the full video in the description below, where Candace talks a little bit about this other woman that has the world record in the amount of men she's been sleeping with in a day, and that she actually said in some interview or something afterwards that, there's one thing I regret the most, and that's this experience. So yeah, sure, she has the world record. For what? For what? What did you win? On your deathbed, is this something you really want to hold on to as, wow, I'm so proud I did this? You are so much more. Let me tell you, if you're a young woman watching this, you are so much more. You are worth so much more. There's a different path, and there's a way to live a fulfilled, happy, healthy life without all of this. And with this, you will never be fulfilled. You will never have a healthy life. And so I really urge you to seek God and to start a relationship with Jesus instead of starting an OnlyFans, if that's in your head, in your thoughts, that this is something you might want to do,
I didn't say, lifestyle, so is it this freedom that I have? I love the life that OnlyFans has given me, definitely, and that's not necessarily money.
What is...
Yeah, what is it then? If it's not money, what is it? The freedom comes from the money.
Freedom has it given to you if it's not money, out of curiosity?
So to be able to work for myself, to be able to do something I love, you know.
Working for yourself, meaning making, right?
Sorry?
Working for yourself as in being able to earn an income by yourself. And
No, so work.
It's obvious it's money. You can try and put it in some other way, but it always comes back to that. The freedom comes from being like financially free or being able to work on your terms, if you will. Okay, so next we're gonna take a listen as they talk about Lily Phillips' family and especially her mother and what part she plays in all of this.
one of the questions that I certainly had when I was reading into your story was, I think that you kind of tried to portray it like you had this like normal upbringing. And I obviously don't buy that because I have children and I have a daughter, and your mother being involved in this signals to me that you had anything but a normal upbringing, because there's no mother that would spiritually want to see her child violated like that, because that's what it is, whether you perceive it or not. Your mother is watching you or helping you or dealing with the finances of you being violated 100 times in one day. And so I was very disturbed by that more than anything else. Is like I've heard of OnlyFans girls. I've sat down with them, you know, respectfully on the Whatever podcast, and a lot of them have stories, and they understand that, you know, my mom, my dad, my upbringing didn't do this. You know, it led me to this choice in life, but you don't seem to have recognized your mother's abuse in this, which is quite alarming to me. So I'm just curious about your relationship with her.
I mean, my parents definitely don't describe having as, what did you say? Sorry, abusive or
Violating.
violating.
I don't think it's abusive. I think
Just
your daughter
violating.
being violated 100 times by strangers.
And so me as well, being a mother to a 1-year-old son, I can't even imagine the pain and the hurt if my child would go down this path. As a son, if he would be like one of these 100 men, for example, or if I ever had a daughter, you know, it's just awful. And to think that her mother actually like took care of the finances in this, I mean, that's just, that's such a red flag for me. And it truly proves that it's all about money.
So my parents don't describe as being violated. They don't really see it in that way. They know I've always been very liberal, and to be honest, my parents, they don't necessarily, they're not coaching me into it. They're not telling me, please keep having these people at all. They're not, you know, they're not really exactly, I wouldn't really say like supportive, but at the end of the day, they love me. And what is it going to do if they disown me, stop talking to me? That would only cause more heartache. So they see it from a standpoint of, you know, my mum does like my finances because she wants to help me. You know, they just want to do what they can to help. It's not so much like if they disown me tomorrow, like I think that would just make everyone more upset.
Yeah, of course you're not gonna disown your children, but she also said they love me. Well, true love is protecting your children. And of course she's grown up, she's a grown woman now, so she can like do whatever she wants. But you're not going to support it by taking care of the finances. And like, if your daughter says that she loves doing these things, somewhere you have to ask yourself as a parent, where did I go wrong? Kinda, a little bit. Don't want people to take that the wrong way, but somewhere it's like, what influenced this behavior? Of course people can like go off and do their own thing, and it might have very little to do with their upbringing, but I think especially in these cases it's like, okay, but if you truly love your daughter, like, you can agree to disagree. You can choose to love her, but you love her by warning her, by telling her the consequences. She also said that her parents didn't see sex as a violation. Well, it's not a violation if it's within the boundaries of marriage, if it's like done correctly and not with 100 men in an Airbnb in one day. And so it breaks my heart if her mother truly is okay with like handling the finances of her daughter doing these things, disrespecting her body in this way, dishonoring her body. And so this was the video I wanted to make today. And sorry if it was a little bit all over the place here in the end. My son woke up, and so he's trying to he wants to be part of it as well. At the end of the day, let's just pray for this woman and really pray for all young women that are like even considering going down the same path. So God bless you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!